All right, good morning. Um, this is the second part of the July the 3rd session, right, for ELT 115, section 3. In the previous, the first part, actually, we were working with a handout, and the idea was to select in the first item whether it was t or d, right, or id, the ed ending for all of these past tense simple verbs. So in the first one, we have I laughed at the joke. Laughed at the joke would be t, right? The snake killed the mouse. Snake killed the mouse would be d. Number 4, the teacher helped the student. The teacher helped the student would be t. Number 5, when I was younger, I wanted to walk on the moon. It, right? Number 6, we hiked to the top of the mountain. We hiked to the top of the mountain, so that would be t. Number 7, James rented his apartment. Rented his apartment would be it. Number 8, we can't go swimming because the pool is covered. It's covered. It would be d. Number 9, that old house is haunted. That old house is haunted. It, right? And number 10, we hunted for her keys but could not find them. We hunted for her keys but we could not find them. It would be the ending, right? By the way, number 9, haunted, haunted. Number 10, hunted, hunted, haunted, hunted. Okay. Now, in the following exercise, you have to read the following passage, right? And you need to use the correct ed ending. So we have the bear jumped, should be this one, t, out of its cage into the crowd. She must have realized we should place d there, right? That this was her best chance to escape. The bear's trainer looked to, right? As though he were about to faint from the terror of it all. It seemed, we should use d, like his worst nightmare come true. He scrambled, again, d, right? Scrambled to his feet and started waving his hands and shouting to get the bear's attention. She stopped her wild rampage only for a moment at the sound of her trainer's pleas. She quickly turned, that would be d, turned back to the crowd and resumed, again d, resumed knocking people to the floor. The trainer suddenly had an idea. He reached into his pocket and pulled from it a large chocolate covered, again d, covered treat, a known favorite of the bear. He shouted the bear's name once more, and she turned to face him. She saw the treat and ran in full gallop towards him. He threw the treat into the cage, and the bear followed, again, followed. He locked the door behind her and fell to the floor in relief. Apparently, the bear valued food more than freedom. Okay, so that was a revision of the handout that we were working during the first part one. Now, I would like to change the task and I will share a website that is elo.org. In elo.org, the idea is you can search for any specific topic connected with past events. So you can type, for example, past events. You can type last vacation. You can type, I don't know, last holiday, or you can type weekend, last weekend, or maybe just a word like yesterday, all right, or maybe last night. You can also type last night, and any of the expressions that you can use to refer to any past event. Okay, so what I did is that I typed, I think yesterday or past event, something like that. Let me take a look at last vacation. And I got winter vacation, hell vacation, summer vacation. Okay, this you can do in in lo.org. You can type regular verbs, past tense as well. Okay, and you can do this in this site called lo.org. I'm going to type this in the chat so you can have access to it. If you maybe you already know this website, right? And as you can see here on the left, you can have audio lessons. On the right, you can have videos, right? Video lessons. And on the left here, you can have mixers, which is basically the same topic covered by 6 different speakers. The same question, like, what did you do yesterday? Is answered by 6 different speakers, many times from different nationalities. Okay, so I selected this one. I'm going to start sharing again because I want to make sure that I'm sharing the sound. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the recording so we can listen to the dialogue and we can read the script at the same time. Okay, here we go.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was my day off. I started the day early and finished up a lot of house chores before work. I cleaned the kitchen, mowed the lawn, mailed some letters, emptied the trash, and washed my clothes. I even dusted the furniture.
Wow. What did you do after that?
After that, I walked to work because I needed to do some things for my job. I didn't take the bus because it looked full. I enjoyed the walk, though, as I strolled through the park to my office.
Wait, did you work? It was your day off.
Yes, I know. I did work. I worked for about 3 hours. I checked some emails and finished a paper I needed to send to a customer.
Did you work long?
No, after that, I walked to my local gym. I exercised for about 1 hour. I lifted weights and walked on the treadmill for some time. Then I showered and headed home.
What did you do last night?
At home, I cooked dinner and chatted with my roommate. After eating, I cleaned up the kitchen. I wanted to watch a movie, but it was too late, so I decided not to. All in all, it was a good day.
Okay, so that was the dialogue. The idea is that you can listen to this dialogue on your own, individually, right? Copying and pasting the website in the chat room. You can choose any, but this time we're going to use this as an example, okay? So the idea is that you can listen to this, you, you play, pause, and repeat.
What did you do yesterday?
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was my day off.
Yesterday was my day off.
I started the day early
I started the day early and
finished up a lot of house chores before work.
finished up a lot of house chores before work.
I cleaned the kitchen,
I cleaned the kitchen,
mowed the lawn,
mowed the lawn,
mailed some letters,
mailed some letters,
emptied the trash,
emptied the trash,
and washed my clothes.
washed my clothes.
I even dusted the furniture.
I even dusted the furniture. Okay, so that's if you're getting the idea, I want you to listen again. I want you to pause and I want you to repeat, trying to imitate the sounds that the speakers are making and the intonation. Okay, so the pauses they are making. Okay, and I want you to do this with this dialogue. I copy and pasted the website link in the chat room. So please go there, pause this video now, and go to the website and practice the dialogue on your own. Okay, try to be both at the Todd and Katie at the same time. Okay, so please pause the video now and practice this dialogue on your own. Okay, sorry. Assuming that you have already practiced the dialogue individually, let's focus on the verbs in past tense with ed endings, all right? In the first one, we don't have any ed endings, right? In the next paragraph, we have some. We have started, if you could repeat with me, please. Finished, cleaned, mowed, mailed, emptied, washed, dusted. In the question, we don't have any verbs with the endings. In the next one, we have walked, needed, looked, enjoyed, strolled, and that would be all for this section. In the next section, we don't have any. In the following, we have worked, checked, finished, needed. In the following question, we don't have any. In the next section here, we have, again, walked, exercised, lifted, walked again, showered, headed. In the following question, we don't have any. And finally, in the last paragraph, we have cooked, chatted, cleaned or cleaned up, wanted, decided. Okay, so now in each of the verbs, for example, in the word or a verb started, I want you to focus on the after you do the speaking practice with the dialogue that you are going to choose. I want you to focus on the initial and the final sound for each of the verbs. In this case, we have started, we have s, which is a voiceless fricative alveolar sound, right? And we have d, which, it's a voiced plosive alveolar sound, okay? Now, the next one, finished, we already know is t, because it's voiceless, right? Now, the initial sound is a voiceless sound as well. It's fricative and it's labiodental. Okay, and the next verb in with ed ending is cleaned. D. Now, the first or initial consonant sound is k. which is voiceless, velar, and plosive. Okay, so if you're getting the idea, first you need to listen to the dialogue. Okay, then you need to play, pause, and repeat. Play, pause, repeat. Okay, so you get the idea of the dialogue. And after you're done, you need to focus individually on the verbs in past tense and see if the ending is a voiceless t, as in finished, if it's voiced d, as in cleaned, or if the ending is it, as in started. Okay, so my suggestions are the following websites that I'm going to copy and paste in the chat room. Okay, the first one is this one. Okay, I think this is the one that we covered before. This one is the next one, which is Katie talks about her trip to Italy and the adventure she had while she was there on vacation. All right, so that's the dialog that you can see here. The next one is winter vacation. I'm copying and pasting the link in the chat room. Kane and Howard talk about their winter vacation. Okay, you also have a they are actually talking, but there's a recording here, so you can hear.
After New Year's this year. In Portugal, I met up with one of my friends from Toronto. He had...
Okay, the following is a video, but you can still see the transcription here.
Hi everyone, this is your teacher Todd, and I will talk about my day. So today I had a really good day. I woke up early and I read for...
Okay, the link is copied already in the chat room. The next one, which I'm already copying and pasting in the chat room, is this one.
Hey, Katie, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was really great.
What did you do on Saturday?
On Saturday, I went to the library with my friends.
Okay.
I read lots of books and I had a...
Okay, now I'm going to copy and paste the next one, which is this one.
Okay, we're back with Gina. Do you want to talk about your summer vacation?
Sure.
Okay.
I went to Las Vegas, Nevada, Reno, Nevada, Tahoe, California, and San Diego, California, and went to Disneyland.
Wow, sounds like a really good time.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, I'm copying and pasting the link for this one, which is...
So, Stephen, you're from Europe. You're from England.
Yep.
Have you traveled much in England? I'm sorry, have you traveled much in Europe?
Yes, I have, yeah. When I was 18 and 20, I traveled all around Europe by train.
Oh, wow, sounds fun.
It's great, yeah. So basically backpacking, but going between countries.
All right, so maybe you already got the idea. If not, I'm going to repeat it. You can choose any of the dialects that I copied and pasted in the chat room. Okay, they are suggestions for you to use. If you don't want to use those, you can go to the LO archive here and you can choose a different lesson. My suggestion is that you can go to this section on the right and you can type a word like, for example, yesterday, as I said before, or you can say last night, or last vacation, or you can even be more specific as last summer vacation or last winter vacation. Okay, past events. Okay, last Christmas, anything that in this search you need to get some ideas or dialects from speakers using past tense, okay? And then after you choose one, you listen to the dialect.
Wow. What did you do after that?
Now, after you listen to the whole dialect, right, to get an idea what the dialect is about, you
To that,
What did
you listen from the very beginning, and then you pause
you do
and
yesterday?
you pause and
What did you
repeat.
do yesterday?
yesterday was my day off.
Yesterday was my day off. Okay, so you play, you pause, and you repeat, trying to imitate the speaker's accent and intonation. Then you focus on the verbs in past tense. If they are regular or irregular, it doesn't matter, okay? Focus on the verbs in past tense. For example, many of these are regular. Started, finished, cleaned, mailed, emptied, etc., right? But there are also some verbs which are not regular verbs, okay? But so anyway, this is going to be, for example, was, right? But it's going to be useful anyway, okay? So you focus on the verbs and you practice the pronunciation of these verbs isolated, okay? You say, for example, started, finished, finished, cleaned, etc., etc. And after you finish with the speaking practice, right? What I want you to do is I want you to focus on the initial sound and final sound, but I want you to describe the initial sound specifically. Okay, for example, in the word dusted, dusted, it ends in id, right? But the initial consonant sound is d, which is a voiced interdental plosive sound, right? Voiced, voiced alveolar, and plosive, okay? Or stop. So that's the idea that you get some speaking practice, but also you kind of recycle the theoretical aspects of this, trying to remember how to describe these sounds, right? You're going to be practicing listening, you're going to be practicing speaking, and you are going to be practicing some theoretical aspects of phonetics, right? Such as the description of consonant sounds. Okay, so that's the task that I invite you to work with. I think you're going to be well. You need to select a dialogue. You need to read the listen to the dialogue. You need to listen, pause, and repeat. Then you need to focus on the verbs individually, and then you need to do the transcription or description, right? Description of the initial consonant sound in each one of the verbs. So I would say that all in all, you are going to take at least 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes for this task. So this is going to be the task for this session, and hopefully we're going to review it next time we meet, if we meet very soon, okay? If you have questions, you can post them in the video and in the YouTube channel, or you can send them through Teams. Okay, that's going to be all for this July the 3rd session for the ELT 115 section 3. Goodbye, everyone.